We've all seen the iconic Brooklyn Bridge. With its tall imposing towers and its picturesque structure, it's no wonder that it's often used as the backdrop of many iconic superhero movie scenes, like in Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, and throughout many Spider-Man adaptations. But the Hollywood-esque stories don't end here. The reality behind Brooklyn Bridge's history is just as fascinating and as full of twists and turns as any Marvel film. Before Batman and Spider-Man, there was John A. Roebling. He was not just a genius, he was a visionary. He entered college early and got involved in many different clubs and projects on physics, engineering, and even philosophy. After graduating, he went on to service the great states of Ohio and Kentucky by building them sturdy and functional bridges. But it wasn't enough. There was still an itch he couldn't scratch. Roebling wanted to build something grander. He wanted to build something that would be monumental. So he went on to create one of the most famous and widely loved structures in the world, the Brooklyn Bridge. Older even than the London Tower Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge has been serving millions of New Yorkers since its creation in the 1880s. Spanning a whopping 1,595 feet, it was double the size of the bridges Roebling previously built. At the time, it was also the longest bridge ever built in the history of the world, and it would keep this title for 2 whole decades. The Brooklyn Bridge was a game changer in another way. At the time, suspension bridges weren't favored as many of them collapsed due to faulty construction, but Chief Engineer Roebling was undeterred. He found a way to stabilize such bridges by attaching a web truss on either side of the roadway platforms. He made many of these kinds of bridges, the longest of which came to be our Brooklyn Bridge, which was the longest suspension bridge in the world until its neighbor, the Williamsburg, overtook the title in 1903.
But the process of making such an important landmark did not come without pitfalls. Even before the bridge began construction, Willem Tweed weaseled his way into the board members of the Brooklyn Bridge Company. Because every great villain needs a moniker, he was often referred to as Boss Tweed. He was an infamous New York crime boss or politician, but what's the difference? Allegedly, he wanted to profit from the city's bridge contracts, just like how he did with the city's other public infrastructure projects. But before he could complete this nefarious plan, he was arrested in 1871. During his reign, it's been estimated that he and his cronies stole at least $45 million and even as much as $200 million from the public treasury. But Tweed wasn't the only villain Roebling had to deal with. Another famous incident was when Roebling was looking to acquire a large amount of cable wire for the bridge. Unfortunately for him, he met the swindler Lloyd Hay, who sold him faulty wire. At that point, Roebling was already under a lot of pressure. He needed to finish the bridge immediately, which was probably why he didn't notice that Hay gave him faulty gear. When it came time to use the cables, Roebling quickly found out that he bought duds, but by that point it was already too late to back out. But don't fret, we know resourceful Roebling made it work and the Great Brooklyn Bridge was finished in the end.